That the challenges that are faced in Kirinyaga are not actually inward. It's not inborn. Most of the alcohol that presents challenges here are brought from Nairobi and other counties, and therefore the more we do operations in places like Nairobi, Murang'a, where Murang'a and Kiambu are the top-ranking counties in this region. Once we succeed in the work that we are doing, I am confident that the impact that Kirinyaga has had will have been dealt with. We also have proliferation of cannabis sativa here, which is basically again brought by some peddlers and traffickers from also the other parts of the country. Our security team is working together in this region to make sure that cannabis sativa that is grown in places like Mount Kenya and places like Abadeas is dealt with, as we discussed yesterday when we were in Nyeri. So the progress is very good. Contrary to the propaganda sometimes peddled around here that there is a crisis in Mount Kenya, there is no crisis. The crisis is elsewhere. And I keep insisting that the crisis is in the western part of the country, particularly Trans Nzoia, which, pursuant to our visit, a lot of work has been done. Places like Kakamega, Vihiga, Kisumu, and then also Nairobi, Kiambu, and Machakos areas, and some parts of Kajiado bear the greatest impact together with Mombasa. And so if you look at the ranking in terms of consumption of drugs and alcohol, I'm very happy that there is a lot of conversation in Mount Kenya region, sometimes to the extent that people think there is a crisis. But that conversation is generated by citizen consciousness. There is high level of citizen consciousness against alcohol and drug abuse, which is a very positive thing. If we have to win the war against alcohol and drug abuse, the best thing is to have greater civic involvement by the citizens and to create the level of awareness and conversation that has been happening in Mount Kenya region that has led to these counties being among the top counties in terms of responsiveness against the drugs and alcohol abuse. The places where there is a lot of silence, like the Nyanza Western region and parts of Rift Valley, is actually where there is greater suffering because there is a very low citizen consciousness and citizen anger. You see, until people are tired and angry about these things, perhaps they may not be as cooperative as we want in terms of the enforcement. We have also put a lot of the security agencies here on the spotlight. Changes have been made before, and we continue to do so, especially where we find any security officer involving themselves in these acts. Both administrators and police officers who are involving themselves will be dealt with. I'm also very happy that this county has a very good collaboration in terms of collaborative team, interagency team that deals with matters of drugs and alcohol abuse. And what we are only seeking for is a greater enforcement and collaboration with the county government, because there are almost 2,000 plus outlets that are operating in this county, very small county with a very small population. To have 2,000 outlets is too much. And over almost 1,000 of them are unlicensed. And so it needs greater vigilance and collaboration to make sure that we close the outlets that are not licensed. But also those that are in the proximity of schools, homes, must be closed.